Hi Gemini, it's Amanda here with your March 2019 RuneScope. This month, in conjunction with our runes, I will be using the Pagan Tarot. This deck is by Gina Pace, Luca Raimondo, and Cristiano Spadoni. After this video, be sure to join me for part 2 of your March reading over on my Vimeo channel. I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the Fairy Ring Oracle. This is by Anna Franklin and Paul Mason. Getting lots of wise spiritual advice over there for all the signs and additional messages and information that hasn't been coming through over here on YouTube. It's a much smaller group that joins me over there, so the messages tend to be even more specific because there are fewer people I need to kind of get info to. So that link's below. Your 2019 readings are over there as well. A whole slew of them. So if you haven't had a chance to check those out, I think you'd find the information quite helpful. But let's jump in and see what March holds for Gemini. First, get our runes cast for Gemini, March 2019. What's going on with Geminis? Oh. So, as always, Gemini, keep in mind, this is not a private session. It's not a private reading. It's a very general one for a lot of people. So, a lot of the messages that come through aren't going to be for you. They're going to be for some of the other Geminis that are watching. Hopefully, though, there will be a few at least, or a larger theme that's connecting to the majority of you. That's why I always encourage you to check out your rising sign as well. Some months you may find that that is way more accurate. In fact, almost always, I find that that is the one that resonates the most. Sometimes I don't know who the hell my sun sign's for. It's almost always my ascendant sign. So definitely check that out if you're depending on general readings. I wouldn't advise it, but it's always good to kind of get a map. But if you've got a big decision to make or something that you really need to focus on and get some advice on, then I would encourage you to get a private session with anyone. But if you want one with me, I do those on Skype. Just email me and we can set it up and talk about your specific circumstances. In general, though, your challenge or focus, we've got the Moon card in reverse. Here's what it looks like in this deck in the upright. I'm gonna hold my hand in that weird way. In the reverse, let me see what's coming through with this. Well, the moon in reverse can be about secrets being revealed because whatever was hidden in the shadows that couldn't be seen in the moonlight is now revealed in the reverse. And usually with the moon reversed, it can be shocking. It can be something we weren't anticipating. You do have the rune of shock and surprise and external forces. So this is something that you don't have control over, Gemini. It's something that, it's one of those roll with the punches kind of months. And it can have to do with the secret that somebody's been trying very hard to hide, coming to light, whether it's you or someone else. You're going to see it. Whatever this is seems to be a process, though. Now, this is coming up as your challenge. So if you're the one with the secret, it may be very difficult for you to contain it. You know what I mean? It may be very difficult for you to keep it in the bag, so to speak. You may be working very hard to do this. And, you know, but it is your challenge. Some of you may be successful in keeping it, but it's going to be difficult, or it wouldn't be coming up as your challenge. And the moon is a major arcana. You have another major arcana too. 3 major arcanas. Talk about in a second. Whatever this is, though, it seems to be a process. It's not going to be overnight, and the effects aren't going to be overnight. So whatever this secret is, and however you're feeling about it, if it's something being revealed to you, I mean, it's hard not to react in the moment if we're shocked, right? Because we can't really anticipate it or anticipate how we're going to react. But it's like you don't have to make a decision right then, because you're going to have time with Dag. So this could also be someone behaving irrationally. In the reverse, the moon has, you know, we get the word lunacy from Luna, La Luna, the moon. So, yeah, somebody could be behaving out of the norm. You could be behaving out of the norm or in a shocking manner. But again, because it's your challenge to kind of deal with this, I feel like for most of you, it's kind of an external, you know, you can only react. So, or maybe you're finding out, like, whatever this secret is, that someone has done or said something that is shocking to you. It's not their normal MO. It doesn't make sense to you based on how you know this person. So people kind of acting, you know, we do have Mercury retrograde. I'm letting everybody know in March. So that can be a time when confusion kind of reigns supreme and people are not behaving as they normally do. They may be behaving erratically or irrationally or you know, and it could just be a passing energy, but it's something about it takes you by surprise, I feel, Gemini. In the present, we do have the Lovers card. So, interesting. This is your card too, Gemini. It's your the major arcana card. This is the present energy, so end of February, early March for most of you. February. I don't know why I said that so weird. February. Sometimes I talk so fast, I just kind of skip letters. So yeah, the present, whenever you're watching this video. But for most of you, end of February into early March-ish. February. I don't know why I can't say that. It's irritating me. So this could be a choice. It doesn't have to have anything to do with love. It could just be a choice between two things that you have to make. Here are your options. Which one do you want? And, you know, you have to kind of figure out and weigh the decision. Because there's an upside and a downside to both. You know, one's going to stick out to you, though. There's one that's going to feel better. One that's going to feel just luckier because you got Thor's rune here. So this decision, there's a lot of protection around it. I do feel like you're getting signs. You're going to be getting feelings or some sort of pull to one choice or the other. This could be choosing between one person and another. Or choosing to be single or with this person, right? But there could be a secret relationship that's kind of messed up in this, okay? Or, and it doesn't have to be a secret romantic relationship. It could be secret conversations that people have been having about you, kind of, you know? For some of you, I mean, it could be that some people are like concerned about your health or your mental health, Gemini, or, and this may be the thing that takes you by surprise. And for some of you, it may be completely irrelevant. For others of you, it may be a real thing, or it may be you and someone else talking about this erratic behavior of a family member, a parent. It may be you and your siblings, like, okay, well, we could do this or we could do that, and trying to figure out what's going on. But for some of you, this could involve a love relationship. You do have Gifu here with, you know, so I do feel like someone could be dealing with a situation where there's a long-term partnership or a marriage and there is like one of the partners is interested in someone else. It doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have, again, because it could just be you're hearing about this and it's very shocking to you because you do have other people on the table here. So, and they're trying, you know, maybe they're coming to you asking for advice. Like, you know, I've been seeing this person secretly and I don't know what to do. And you're shocked. because maybe it's really not like them. It's like the last person you thought would be having this secret love affair. But Gemini, because we do have the Lovers card here front and center, it could be you. And the secret could be coming out in March, because again, that's your challenge, to keep this secret. But I do feel like you, because in the present, you want to make a decision. You're trying to make a decision. But I would not vacillate back and forth for too long, because it's going to be better if you come clean than if it comes out. And I have to, you could be finding out that your partner, there's something going on there that's been hidden from you, Gemini. I'm sorry to tell you that. I don't ever like to deliver that news. It's not going to be the case for all of you, but I have to give you what I'm seeing here. So, forewarned is forearmed. Maybe just think about that for a minute and how you would react to that. And it doesn't necessarily maybe mean that, because again, this could be a choice that someone has to make of, okay, yes, this offer's on the table. Am I gonna interact with this person, or am I even gonna message them back? It doesn't mean that you or anyone else has done this yet. That could be part of the choice, right? Am I even going to entertain this notion, or kind of open this door, or this Pandora's box, as it were? The help that's gonna be available to you. We've got the Death card in reverse. So this is resisting change. Also staving off the end of something, or staving off death, but I'm not getting a ton of health stuff. This could be health options, I guess, if it is kind of something that's revealed that is a health problem or a health issue. And then there's two options for how to treat this, or two things that you can do to treat the situation. But yeah, don't worry. None of you are going anywhere with this in the reverse. And as the help, it's whatever you're choosing, again, remember, you'll be pulled towards one if that's the way this is working out, or someone you care about is dealing with that, and they've got to decide which route they want to go health-wise to take care of an issue or treat an illness. They're going to be pulled, whoever it is, toward the one that's going to be best and get them well. So sorry, can't check out. You're not allowed to check out in March, Gemini. But for the rest of you, this is just you're staving off loss or change. So I do think for the majority of you, whether it's you or someone else, if it's the love situation, the kind of triangle thing going on, this person's going to make the right decision. There's a fear of change, and I think that's helpful in this situation. So whether it's you or the other person, there's a fear of change, a fear of loss, a fear of a cycle ending and the new one not being what this person wants or what you want. And that's intuitive. It's an intuitive of no, the loss, what I would be giving up or what I would lose is not worth it. So if you're a female Gemini, I feel like the help is coming through, again, your intuition. You're just gonna know that whichever way you're choosing, the one that you feel you would be losing the most, or the one that is the most unreliable, that's going to help you make your decision. Which of these people is the most unreliable? And I do think many of you have a female friend or a girlfriend or your mom or somebody who's going to help you with this. Whether you're male or female, it's a woman that's going to be helping you with this problem. You're going to talk to this person. For almost all of you, and I don't always get that. I don't always get specifically one gender, but I'm definitely getting it in this reading. It's women that are going to be a help to you, Gemini. And for Gemini women specifically, there's a loss in your determination to avoid loss or drastic change of something that you don't want to drastically change. That is how you're going to help yourself in the month of March. Doesn't mean you can't renew or have a new start for what you already had, but now Gemini guys, it's going to be a female that's going to help you see this or make sense of this. So again, your mom, your sister, a good female friend, they're going to have some really wise advice for you about this situation and which choice. They're going to help you make a choice. I don't feel like they're going to tell you which choice to make, but they're just going to help you get in touch with your feminine side, your intuition. That's where it lies. Intuition and emotion are intrinsically linked. So tapping into that is easier when you're more in touch with your emotions. Not to say that there aren't men who are very, very intuitive, but for whatever reason, women are helping Geminis and in droves in the month of March. And female Geminis, I think, are going to be able to call on your intuition. Like, it's there. It's definitely kind of like trying to pull you in one direction, but you're questioning it. So I feel like you need confirmation from a friend in order to trust it or feel like you're hearing it correctly. What must be accepted about the month? We got the Novice of Pentacles in reverse. Here's what this is. Looks like upright. So this is the Knight of Pentacles in other decks. And interestingly enough, in this deck, the Knights are women. So could be an earth sign person involved in this, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And this is coming up with the Rune of Partnership. So, this is one of the people, if this is like a love triangle situation, I feel like this is one of the people. One of the people, though, is not sincere. They're in the, like, who, if you're choosing between two people, there is one who is, this is a very kind of gold digging energy, a selfish energy. They're more concerned about superficial things, how they look, how much money you have, what kind of car you drive. You know, if it's a male, they're more concerned about sex. They're more concerned about status, you know, how, you know, will you look good on their arm, how you can benefit them or how you can prop them up, Gemini. So, yeah, it's all about them. One of these people. And I don't know if it's like if you're married and you're having a love affair, I'm not sure if this is the other person or if it's the spouse. Only you will know that, and it'll be different for all of you, right? So, now for those of you that this is not a love triangle, this could be a choice between two jobs. Because with partnership, it can also be a business partnership. And there's one, though, that's going to be dragging their feet. And I feel like that's going to be significant. Like, you know, they may be slow in getting back to you. Meanwhile, the other one And I think it's going to be the right one, maybe, that you feel more drawn to with this energy in the reverse, because maybe they're going to be really stingy with the pay or the benefits. Again, if it's healthcare, the more expensive option, maybe the one you decide not to do with this Pentacles in reverse. It doesn't have to even be a person, just that energy of, that's going to be way too expensive, and maybe your insurance wouldn't cover all of that, or you don't have insurance, or so you got to kind of pay out of pocket. You got to figure this out. So you're considering that as well. Basically, whatever's going to take the most money, whether it's a person or whoever's concerned about money, or whoever's being, like, here, we're going to give you a bunch of work, but we're not going to pay you for it. Even if it's a job maybe that you're more interested in, if that's the way it's working out for you, is on the job front or in career, I feel like that's a clear sign that, they're dragging their feet. They're not willing to budge on negotiations or whatever. Meanwhile, the other one, it seems like it's good to go. They're agreeable to whatever you're bringing to the table or whatever you're asking for here. Let's move on to the outcome. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So, with Isa, what's coming through here? I think you're going to put a freeze on the situation here somehow, Gemini. I don't know that you will make a decision on this, or will have, most of you, by the end of March. I feel like you're feeling like you don't have all the information, which would make sense with Mercury retrograde. And it's not a good month to start new things. It's not a good month to start new relationships. It's not a good month to start new jobs. Any kind of contract, whether it's verbal, emotional, and certainly not signing on the dotted line. Also not a good month for surgeries or procedures or anything medical. So March is a month of weighing your options. Waiting for information to be revealed. Because this is about instability, particularly financially or health-wise. And that's why I think you put like a freeze on it. You put it off, like, I'm not going to make a decision. Whether you're the one making the decision or the decision's kind of forced upon you by someone else. I feel like you're just tabling it in March, and you're just like, I don't have enough information, or, and that's going to be better. April's going to be a better month to make a decision and also to start anything new, because Mercury will go direct. I think it's March 28th, right? Towards the end of the month, it goes direct. So if you can put off making any decisions or finalizing anything in Gemini, in March, Gemini, I think it would be wise, because, it's not going to have the staying power. It's not going to have the stability that you need it to have. But yeah, there could be some sort of inheritance or payout or insurance payout that falls through. If it is medical, make sure that you know what's being paid for. Talk to your insurance, get it in writing, have them send you what they cover. If you can't find it, make sure you have all of that, so that you're making an informed decision. And I know I'm probably preaching to the choir. You Geminis are really good about details and things like that. You usually are very prepared with those things. But with Mercury and the confusion around, and if you're not feeling good, if this is health stuff, or you're already on medications and things, it could just be a hazy month where you kind of let the details slide. Maybe you're not behaving as you normally do. And so yeah, maybe have somebody close to you, if you can, be like, hey, I need you to check on the medicals and make sure that I know what's covered and what's not, because I can't pay for this out of pocket, or we're really going to need to figure out the money thing. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with putting something off in March, because I think it's just going to be easier for you to make a decision in April, not only because you will have more of the information, but because it's more likely to have the stability moving forward that it wouldn't have with the crazy, wacky Mercury backward motion here in March. So wow, kind of a wacky month, Gemini. It honestly has been for everybody. all the signs. So lots of dust being kicked up by the energies in March. Meet me over on Vimeo though. Gonna pull one of the cards from the fairy ring. I want to see what further messages and guidance we get over there, because they've been giving me a lot more information about the general reads this month, and we're getting a lot more specific information because it's a smaller group that watches those. So check that out. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you back here next time.